Hello and welcome back. I will cover the Friday night's game in this video. I will cover the Friday night game from the Bundesliga. And let's start. Like in the first half, sadly, Mainz had to take out their goal scorer Buchart, which is the guy that scored most of their goals in the first half with injury, and they just kept having chances. If you look at the expected goals, they just kept throwing balls. But the chances never really came to anything. Like if I were Mainz, I would work on being more clinical or actually getting more quality chances instead of just a lot of tries. Because as we can see here, they have 11 chances of goal, but only 3 actually hit the target and 4 blocked. And 4 they just missed. But the blocked ones wasn't guaranteed that they actually, from what I remember, 2 of them was on the way out, and the keeper would probably have had them if not for this. And then we go to the second. Then we go to the goal. Like the first goal, like Mainz don't even score the goal. Like it happens because the Mönchengladbach defender actually doesn't notice how much space he has to the 2 Mainz players around him. He thinks one of them falling and just hit the balls and go in after the keeper doesn't get a touch on the ball. But if you look at the situation, none of the 2 Mainz players actually running at the ball. So if he hadn't touched it, it would have gone in because he has moved back in expectation that they also move to the ball. But he has a good 1 or 2 meters inside the box to them, and they are both standing in not a running position. So Mainz is actually a little bit lucky to score this goal, even if it was a service point, because they had a really high pressure and kept getting shooting, hitting the ball, and like actually making the key make some good saves, getting some good blocks, forcing the defenders to make good blocks, keep having a lot of good crosses. But the end product for Mainz is really a problem, and it's specifically outlined by this on goal because no one was close to scoring this goal if it hadn't been for like none of the 2 Mainz attackers would have gotten to the ball. They actually scored the goal like the defender did, which kind of makes it really hard for Mönchengladbach. And then, like I said, Mainz have basically been controlled the first like 55 minutes. There hasn't like Gladbach had 2 chances in the first half, but they were mostly counter attacks. But we'll come back to why that's important. And Gladbach instantly gets an attack, like wins the ball high, make a run, cross it in, score a goal. Like Gladbach was way more clinical and better to create to make the chances count. Even if they didn't have the highest expected goals, they still actually was way more clinical and actually got all the shots or got most of the shots on targets. And especially here from the goal, like Mainz has been in full control for 55 minutes, and Gladbach just clinically goes down there and score to 1-1 right after they've scored. And then Mainz then get control back until like the last 10 minutes where you actually feel like Gladbach is closer to winning the game. Where they actually kept shooting, kept throwing ball, kept crossing balls into the box, actually creating a lot of chances, and Mainz goalkeeper actually saving them as some situations get lucky. I remember a chance in like the last few minutes where he jumps out to save it, but the way he saves it basically means that if the like he cannot react to the second shot that then goes back into the box. Where Mönchengladbach Gladbach completely miss like a sitter, like an almost open goal, like 100% chance. But this is just the story of Mönchengladbach. They are not a team to actually win. They're not a team to actually win 2 games in a row. Instead of the one last time, they actually don't win 2 games in a row in the league. The last time they did that, as you can see here, was on the 4th of May 2022 and the 6th of August 2022. Since then, they haven't actually won 2 league games in a row. Like they get wins and draws, but they never actually win 2 league games in a row, which is quite impressive to have a streak that long of 2.5 years to not win. Which kind of is the story why to not win 2 games in a row. Like even they beat Heidenheim, which has been a surprise, and then they drew to Mainz. But the last 10 minutes they should have won the game. They can't feel like, oh, we couldn't do it again. But they now have this like 2.5 years where they haven't actually won a game, 2 games in a row, which must be hard for the players and the staff. Like to feel like you just no matter what can win 2 games for 2.5 years in a row. It also makes it really hard to actually get a decent place in the table because as like if you only can win one, then either draw lose, then win, then either draw lose, or you can do get on a losing streak and then you can actually reverse it with a winning streak in the Bundesliga, which makes it really hard for them to actually accumulate points and get up in the table. And if you look at the table, both Mainz and Mönchengladbach are down in the slumps, but before this game, they only had 7 points, so they would have been down at 12 where Mainz is. And none of them really are top team in the Bundesliga this year. They are not really good, and like I said, Mönchengladbach can just not get like a steam of victories together. And Mainz, they also have a hard time winning at home, from what I've been. We just quickly click on Mainz and results. They have another problem. They have a hard time winning at home. As you can see, they drew at home, lost at home, lost at home, lost at home, drew at home. So they can actually not get the points at home. Mainz have a hard time winning at home. So there was a game between two teams that actually are not that good at winning. One of them is really bad at winning at home. One of them is just really bad at winning 2 games in a row and away. Which there was, like, I think from what I hear from the commentators, that Mönchengladbach have won 3 out of the last 28 away games, which is not good when you look at the statistics. So this was just all day written as a draw. There was not really any other result this could have been. Even if you feel like, as a Mainz fan, like we should have scored more, but they were just not clinical. They had a lot of chances that was not precise. They have a lot of crosses that actually didn't amount to anything, and as you can see here, they are like Mönchengladbach had way more clear-cut chances, got actually their chances on side, and actually forced the goalkeeper of Mainz to make saves, and thereby giving the Commons they're given no chance. Where like it was not the same with Mainz. They just had volume in terms of creating chances, but they weren't really good at ending, like finishing the chance. They weren't good at finishing. They kept like either we are not too far, we didn't hit that right, or yeah, they are just not a good team at finishing the chances. So yeah, and very interesting and very entertaining 1-1 game as the first round of the first game in the 8th round of the Bundesliga. But neither of these two teams really do anything in the Bundesliga this season because neither of them can actually get like victories in a row. Gladbach, I hope they at some point this season break their losing streak or their not winning 2 in a row streak, which is more correct. And Mainz, like you don't expect them to be more than like a low mid-table team, and Gladbach will probably be at the same. So this will probably be a very common result for these two teams.